Hello everyone, Sam here, and welcome back yet again to my YouTube channel. And before I introduce the fourth guardian of this series, I must warn you, this video will talk about stuff that may not be suitable for kids. And so as I tell you, you have been warned. Do not watch. This series may not be for kids, or this video may not be for kids. Now then, let me introduce to you the fourth guardian of this series, and that being the Guardian of Arkansas. Now, just like last time, I'm going to be getting into her backstory and her birthday and her age and her height and her weight and her race and her nicknames and her personality and her mutant ability. But first, as we all know, her backstory comes first, so here's her backstory. Oh, also, follow me on TwitX. TwitX, my guys, the bird, the twid, the Twitter. Follow me at CM Entertainment, Oklahoma. Now, here's her backstory. Carly Admin. This young lady is Carly Admin, who is the Guardian of Arkansas. A very wild but sweet young lady who is considered a small-time hero and an urban legend who has been nicknamed the Harlot of Little Rock, Arkansas by the people of the city. You see, the City of Little Rock, Arkansas local police department has been investigating strange instances of abandoned warehouses that have been reportedly been operated by human traffickers, have been bursting into flames all over the city. And what's even stranger is the victims of those traffickers have been found outside the burning warehouses, and those victims have told police that they have been saved by a mysterious figure they have called the Harlot. Now, the Little Rock, Arkansas local police department have tried to investigate this mysterious figure. So in return, the chief of police has decided to swallow his pride, and contact the federal agency known as the BCJ. Now, let me explain to you what the BCJ is. This is the BCJ, or the Bureau of Crime and Justice. Now, they were founded July 26, 1908. Their nickname is the Government Dogs. Now, this is the BCJ. This is the BCJ, or AKA the Bureau of Crime and Justice, a federal agency founded by three men named Jackson E. Hoover and Anderson Roosevelt and John C. Bonaparte. And these three gentlemen all came up with the idea of the BCJ. And the BCJ's whole goal is this. The BCJ is dedicated to going after criminals who commit federal crimes, and is also tasked with gathering intelligence on large-scale criminal organizations and put a stop to them. Now, this federal agency will work day and night to keep citizens of America safe. Alright, get a good look. This is why they were founded. And the BCJ. Okay. Now, let's get back to her backstory, the Guardian of Arkansas's backstory. You see, Carly Admin had a rough backstory. You see, Carly Admin was born in the year of August 19, 2002. Born in Little Rock, Arkansas, and in the Little Rock Hospital. And her mother's name is Andy Admin, and her father's name is Keem Admin, and her older brother is Ben Admin, and her mother was a nurse, and her father was a tow truck driver. And now back to Carly Admin. And Carly Admin had a rough childhood. as her family was poor and her parents were quite strict on her, and they seemed to had favored Carly's older brother, Ben Admin, rather they liked to admit it or not, which left Carly feeling abandoned and alone. And as Carly got older, she started to be more rebellious against her parents. However, in the year of July 7th, 2018, Carly would get into a heated argument with her parents, which resulted in Carly running away from home. However, tragedy would strike that very same night. As Carly wandered the streets of Little Rock, Arkansas, a man silently a man silently came right behind her and gagged and abducted her, and for 2 years she was trafficked and was abused both mentally and physically, and even worse, sexually, for 2 whole years. For 2 whole years. Until one day, as she was locked up by her traffickers, but all of a sudden, a loud bang occurs, followed by gunshots, which you find out later the BCJ did a raid on the traffickers' hideout. Anyways, as Carly is still locked up, just then the entity known as the Follower appears and gifted Carly her mutant power, in which her power activated for the first time, and just then the hideout blows up, and 2 hours later Carly awakens from the burned up ashy remains of the warehouse that once stood, and as Carly gets up and begins to walk, but ends up stumbling all over the place. And as Carly begins to stumble out of the burned up rubble, only to trip and fall over a burned up corpse that was once a victim of human trafficking. Now, this absolutely terrified Carly, and causing her to quickly jump up around out of fear and anxiety, with all sorts of things going through her head. However, as Carly is panicking, all of a sudden her body begins to glow, and before Carly could notice, she literally blows up and completely vaporizes everything around her, including the burned up corpse. Now, after this explosion that just occurred, Carly is completely shocked but curious and starts noticing that her body is emitting energy, and Carly Admin makes a promise to one day expose a bright light to the dark criminal underbelly of the human trafficking world and bring it all crashing down. Now, next, I'm going to be quickly scanning through her birthday, her age, height, weight, and race, nicknames, and then her personality. Okay, let's do this. Carly Admin, born 2002, age 25, height 5.4, weight 102, 122, race Caucasian, and nicknames. Nicknamed the Harlot of Little Rock, or the girl. Oh, hold on. Nicknamed the Harlot of the hero of Harlot of the hero. Nicknamed the Harlot or the hero of Little Rock, or the girl with sexy red eyes. Okay. Now, personality. This young lady is a wild card type of girl who is the guardian of Arkansas and the city of Little Rock, Arkansas. When you first see her, she is upbeat with a kind but cheeky smile on her face, who is always in a good mood, who speaks in a high but cheery voice, and has a lot of street smarts, oftentimes knowing what's going on, in the streets, and is quite the trickster, as she tricks her enemies by seducing or playing mind games with them. And has a little quirk where she gets too excited and blows up. However, as we all know, she has her weaknesses. For example, she is too emotional, which oftentimes leads her allowing her emotions to get the best of her, which leads to her next weakness, which is she can be very immature, where she does not take responsibility for her actions. As we all know, you should always try to take responsibility for your actions. Never run away from your responsibilities, okay? Now, however, she might have her weaknesses, but she's not a bad person. She just has her faults. But she has a good heart, who will expose a bright light to the dark criminal underbelly of the human trafficking world and bring it all crashing down. Alright, now here's her description. This is what she looks like. She wears a black sparkling shirt with the initial H on the front of the shirt, and wears a small mini skirt, and wears a dark blue hoodie, and wears purple high heels, and wears black high thighs, and wears makeup, and wears red lipstick, and wears purple eyeliner, and wears a necklace with a silver heart with a picture of her standing with her family, and has long, beautiful white hair, and has scarlet red eyes, and has red fingernails, and has a pink heart with wing-shaped orb engraved into her chest, and has a skinny waist, and has a scar in the shape of a smiling face branded on her lower back. Now, here's her mutant ability, or mutant power, sorry. Her mutant power is called Big Bang. Her power goes like this. Depending on how much energy she absorbs, will depend on how big the explosions are. For example, if she absorbs a little energy, she creates little explosions. Or if she absorbs massive amounts of energy, she can create big explosions. And has hyper senses, meaning she's able to have very quick senses. Like, she's really good with her senses, like being able to dodge attacks, or being able to sense that someone's about to attack her from behind, basically stuff like that. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like and share and comment on this video, and most importantly, subscribe, and have a wonderful day, and may God bless. Subscribe to CM Entertainment, and remember to follow me on CM Entertainment Oklahoma on my Twitter account. Alright, have a good day.